Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cloud Ops Central. My name is James, and I'll be your host today. It's been a while since I released a video. In one of my last videos, we installed Server 2022 on a VirtualBox. Today, we are going to install Server 2025 on a VirtualBox as well. Again, my name is James, and I am the teacher at Cloud Ops Central, cloudopscentral.net, where you can view my profile, jamesking.info, and Cloud Ops Central at Git. And of course, if you like my videos, please go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe and catch future videos. The first thing we're going to need is a VirtualBox installation. If you don't have VirtualBox installed, please head over to virtualbox.org, download VirtualBox, the latest edition, as well as the VirtualBox extension pack. I've already showed how to do that. You can look at a different video. Today, we're just going to get right in doing the 2025 Windows Server installation. So the first thing we're going to want to do is come over here and hit the New button. And we want to give it a name. For me, because I want simplicity, I want to go ahead and do Server 2025. We are going to go ahead and skip all the rest of this. Under our Windows, we do want to select the Windows OS, and then at the OS version, let's go ahead and go down to Windows Server 2025 64-bit. Some of you might see something like Windows Server 2019, 2020, 22. You can select that also, but for our best settings right now, we'll go ahead and do the 2025. Now, we are going to go back for just a moment and let's do unattended installation. Actually, we are going to go ahead and skip the check mark for unattended installation. Let's go down to our hardware. I want to be able to have 8 gigs of memory, so let's select our memory options, and I believe that is 8196. I want to use, because I have 32 possible, I can use 2. I can also use 4 for us because some older computers probably only have 2 available. Let's go ahead and select 2. And for our VirtualBox, we want to change this. If you have a unlimited amount of space, or at least enough space, you can go up to 80 if you'd like, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And we are going to click Finish. And you might say, well, James, where is the server ISO? Well, what we need to do next is go ahead and go over to our server ISO. So let's go back to the internet, and you can type in the Bing or Google server 2025 ISO download. Don't select the first one. You are going to want to select the second one. And for us, we will go ahead and do the 64-bit edition. I have actually downloaded it already, and I have it in a folder right here. I have the 2022 and the 2025, so I have that ready to go. So let's go ahead, and we can either right click and go to settings, or we can go to the top and go to settings. We'll stay right here, go to settings, and I want to scroll down, look at everything, make sure everything is okay. And right here, this is where we are going to, under storage, this is where we are going to load our ISO. So if you will click under controller SATA and go to empty and come over here to the little disk looking thing, you can choose a disk file. We want to go to server 2025 and click OK. Now, we can go ahead and hit the start button, and this will start powering up or building the server. So let's go ahead and click on this, and it is powering up the VM. Your speed might be different depending on how fast or how slow your machine is. It doesn't make a difference how fast or how slow it is as long as you can do it. So we are going to go ahead and start building our server edition. It's loading the files. As you can see, it's going pretty fast. We get the Windows logo. It's thinking, doing its magic. All right, I did pause it for a few seconds while it finished updating. Notice here, we want our language. You can choose many different languages, many different time and currency formats. I'm going to accept the normal or the defaults. Let's go ahead and click next. I want my keyboard US. That's the country I'm in. If you're in a different country, you can select a different one possibly. And I want to install Windows Server. I don't want to repair my PC. We are going to click I agree. Everything will be deleted. Nothing on your current hard drive will really be deleted because we made our 80 gigs of empty space. So let's go ahead and click next. And it says we're getting ready. And now we can choose which one we want to install. For me, I'm going to choose the data center evaluation and the desktop experience. And in future videos, you will see why I'm doing this. But I am, in a future video, possibly even the next one, going to turn this into an Active Directory server and add some clients to our Active Directory and organizational units. So choose your edition. You'll probably want the desktop experience. So go ahead and click next, and it's getting things ready. You can say, I accept the license terms, and this should be good for 6 months as a trial version. You can always delete it after 6 months, reinstall it. I'm going to select the default disk again and select next. And after a moment, it will start the installation. I want to keep nothing. Again, it should not delete anything if you have the available 80 gigs of, or however many you have of free drive space. Hit the install, and I will come back when it finishes installing. While this is still loading, I want to go ahead and take a moment and let you know that for this initial setup, I'm using NAT, network settings, so the server has immediate internet access. In a later video, I'll move this into a segmented lab behind a pfSense firewall to simulate a real enterprise network. All right, the main part of the installation is finished, so let's go ahead and notice that the username is administrator. We can change that later as well, but right now we do need to assign a password. I would recommend a minimum of 8 characters. 12 is probably better. So let's go ahead and give us an assignment. I have entered both my passwords, so let's go ahead and click finish. Hope they match. It does look like they've matched. The installation is continuing. It'll take another brief moment. Applying computer settings, and there we are. It does look like my installation is mostly finished. However, if you were to hit Control Alt Delete, because you're on a VirtualBox, that would actually go to your personal device. But up here, you can do Input, Keyboard, and insert a Control Alternate Delete. We are going to enter in our password. And let's go ahead and change this. We want to view, we want to do scale mode because I don't have an option for full screen. So at scale mode, we can stretch it out. And we have server 2025 data center installed. It is doing the final setup. Let's let that finish. All right, we do have another option now. We can include the optional send information. I don't really like to send anything that I don't have to, so I'm going to accept the required only. Click accept. And our server manager comes up. We can choose not to show this message again, but I want to go ahead and leave it for now. However, I will close it out. If you notice, the bar is going across at the top because everything is not 100% completely configured yet. But this is our server 2025 data center installed on VirtualBox. We can go ahead and shut that off if we want. And again, this has been an episode of Cloud Ops Central installing Server 2025 on a VirtualBox. Please hit that like and subscribe button and catch all my future videos. And have a great day.